What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode 157. And we start today's episode off with some player training before diving into the first leg of our Champions League semi-final tie as we face the Italian giants Inter Milan at the Metropolitano. Fresh off of our draw against Barcelona in La Liga, we are still several points behind the league leaders right now in our race for our first domestic title with Atletico Madrid. But in the Champions League, we're 180 minutes away from our first Champions League final as a professional football manager. With Inter Milan, when we were managing Roma, we had some classic battles against them both at the San Siro and at the Stadio Olimpico, and also in back-to-back Coppa Italia finals where we beat Inter Milan in both domestic cup competitions. So heading into this game here, they'll be looking for revenge against myself, Ivan, and Ollie Shaw as well, as we get set for a fantastic spectacle over two legs. It's Inter Milan in the first leg of the Champions League semi-final. My goal tonight is keep a clean sheet, but let's hope for a good, solid first leg result and a big victory to take back to Italy. Vamos Atletico! Matias Cunha knocks it across to his man Shell. That's got to be offside, surely. It wasn't. Flag stayed down. Flag stayed down. And All Black had to make a really important save. I'm surprised at that. I thought for sure he was in an offside position. Must have just held his line on time. Oh! Oh, off the woodwork from Ivan. What a start to the game. Both goalkeepers forced into making really good saves early. I felt my controller vibrate slightly, so Ivan must have just clipped the outside of the frame of the goal. Still 0-0. What a start. Let's ball inside. It's lovely passing. Shalov. Oh, that's how you know it's AI on Ultimate difficulty. Inter Milan have the lead, and I've just got destroyed by Shalov. Ball inside onto Bakayoko's first pass, and oh god, why not, right? I mean, he's got space, so why not just chip it up in the air for him? It's only the Champions League semi-final, why not? Chips it up in the air and volleys it home. Inter in front, and I'll say, against the run of play. Jotansson. Oh, ref, that's got to be a foul. How? Oh. Oh, come on. How many missed chances? And how was that not a foul on Ivan? I mean, I'm glad, because it worked out to be a better chance for us, but Jotansson slices it off his right boot, and it goes a couple of feet wide of Lafont's left-hand post. Still 1-0. Just the finishing boots have not been laced up correctly tonight. I just wonder whether we're too tired to compete for the remaining two trophies. I mean, the players are exhausted out there. I've had to make loads of changes for fitness reasons tonight. I'm just wondering. I used to say this quite often in my old career modes. One gotta go. One of these competitions will have to sacrifice to win the other, I think, as Tony's done really well. Just couldn't peg it back to Barry, though. And Inter will clear it. I don't think we're going to be able to fight. Oh! For the treble, I just don't think the boys have got the endurance for it. Ivan off the bar. How on earth have we not scored tonight? Dominguez. Tony. Walsh. Yes, finally! Tammy Abraham in for João Felix gives us the deserved equaliser. Barry with the through ball. Tammy gets it out of his feet as the British boys combine. 1, 2, 3. And Tammy in off the post. That's the third time we've hit the frame of the goal tonight. But this time, it clips it and finds the back of the net. Wonderful strike by the former Chelsea man. Atletico have finally got the leveller. Well, that is going to do it then. Game died down after we got ourselves the equalising goal. But in the end, a draw is the final result. I felt we could have won this game. Had a lot of chances in it, but just didn't take the chances we had. But 1-1 the final score. In to get their away goal. But the tie hangs neatly in the balance heading back to the San Siro where we will have to score. Otherwise, we're out. This was a game where the shooting boots were definitely left at home. We had 7 more attempts than our opponents in the entire game, but only 1 more attempt fell on target. We created multiple chances throughout the course of 90 minutes, but quite frankly, my finishing was absolutely atrocious. Regardless, a 1-1 draw does mean the tie now hangs neatly in the balance heading back to the San Siro. We will need to score in Italy due to the away goal ruling if we are to progress, but I fancy my chance of doing just that, and Inter Milan will know any more than 1, and they're in deep trouble. So I'm not too worried about the draw in the first leg. There's plenty more football to come in the second leg, which you'll see in our third and final game today. But heading into the second game, sandwiched in between these semi-final ties against the Italian giants, we now take on Dominic Calvert-Lewin's Real Valladolid here, back to matters in La Liga as we stay at the Metropolitano. Our opponents this game right now sit in 15th place. They should be safe for another season in La Liga. I don't think they're going to get relegated now with just a few games to go. In fact, I think mathematically they can't be relegated now. But for us, as we know, we've got 2 games in hand on Real Madrid, 1 game in hand on Barcelona, and thus if we're to win this title, we need to win our games in hand and win all remaining 5 La Liga games if we're to be crowned champions. So taking on Real Valladolid here at home in La Liga on the weekend. We might have Inter Milan in a few days away in Italy, but I was still going to pick a very strong lineup for the game because I want to get back in this title race and at least take it to the final day. And heading into this game, well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but all I'll say is this is absolutely ridiculous. But 9 minutes in, we win ourselves a penalty, no question about it, and João Felix stands up to take it. Our number 7 missed one against Sevilla, and misses this one as well. Against Sevilla, he hit the target, but Sergio Rico pushed it behind for a corner, but this time from 12 yards, he fails to hit the target. Wide of the post from our Portuguese forward, and it's back-to-back penalty misses by our number 7. So still 0-0 and a golden chance spurned, but just a few moments later, another penalty is awarded for Atletico Madrid. Jadon Sancho steps in from the right-hand side and is taken down by the number 40. I have to say the first one was definitely a penalty. This one a little bit more debatable. I think it was the right call as he came through the back of Jadon Sancho's right leg to win the ball. I think it was the right call. So Ivan Toney says to João, give me the ball, mate. I'm the top scorer in the Liga and I'll show you how it's done. And he does just that. Gives the goalkeeper the eyes, sends him the wrong way and drills it into the bottom corner for his 26th goal in La Liga. I'm not sure he's going to reach 30 now, but he should be on course to win the Golden Boot. And of course, the most important thing for him is we keep on winning and have the best shot possible of winning the title. So Toney makes it 1-0 from the spot, shows João how it's done. And then a few minutes later, as Dominguez storms down the right, he steps around his man, plays it back towards the edge of the area, and João says to Toney, shut your bloody mouth, mate. If I can't score from 12 yards, at least I can score from open play. Drills it into the back of the net and makes it 2-0 to Atletico Madrid, makes amends, and is celebrated by his strike partner as we go 2 goals up in a first half where we were absolutely dominating. And then 10 minutes later, we storm down the right and win our 3rd penalty of the first half. Dominguez down the right, tries to play it back into the mix and is taken down as we win our 3rd penalty in 38 minutes. Absolutely ridiculous. This one without question, definitely a penalty, no doubt about that. Second one a bit debatable, but the first and the third were certainly spot kicks. So Toney had scored one, João had missed one, and Ollie Shaw said, let me take this one, and puts it into the back of the net. Ollie Shaw has been unleashed as he gets his 3rd goal in 3 La Liga games and scores his first ever penalty. Atletico 3, Real Valladolid 0. We had missed one of the 3 penalties, but the English boys score the other 2. Sure, what a spot kicker as well. Absolutely glorious. 3-0 Atletico, but again, I've talked about this quite a bit in recent episodes, and I'll say it again. There are a couple of things I've noticed on the patch that are really damning and very frustrating, because there's nothing that the sliders could do about it to change it. It's just broken gameplay mechanics. One is goalkeepers coming out for crosses and getting caught in no man's land. I see that so often now, but also the AI going to ground and being really rash with their challenges inside the area. Why has that changed so much since the patch? I really don't know. But anyway, 3-0 the final score. It was an easy win regardless, but 3 penalties in 38 minutes. Yes, we deserved a victory, but come on EA, man. Seriously, the AI and opposition defenders would not be that silly and go to ground so often like that. Especially where for that Dominguez one there, he was running out of play. He had nowhere to go. But regardless, for our third and final game of today's episode, as we keep the pressure on Barcelona and Real Madrid in La Liga, it's now time for the Champions League semi-final second leg as we travel to Italy to take on Inter Milan at the San Siro, where we must score tonight. Otherwise, we are out. I fancy our chances. We've been here many times before with Roma, and we never lost once when managing the Italian side. But this is a different kettle of fish. It's the Champions League semi-final, second leg, against Inter Milan, where we're 90 minutes away from the Champions League final. Yes, sure. Feeds it across to Lopez Huesca, and now Barry takes over. And he's got Tony, who's out on the left-hand side here. And you've got space to come inside. Oh my God, you are joking. You are absolutely joking. Kalou is getting a strict telling off from the referee, and I think it is a penalty. But I don't know how many more times I've got to say this. Oh yeah, it's definitely a penalty, but how often are we seeing this since the patch? Wow. Spot kick for Atletico in the first 5 minutes of the game. Just nickname us Penatletico Madrid. Tony scored on the weekend. I'm going to go to the... Oh, actually, no, I don't know, actually. Oh, this is never good when you change your mind halfway through. Oh, no, stick with your first four. Oh, no, what the hell? What? 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 I barely... What the f... I barely pressed it. The power bar didn't even load up. It just... What? Soucek trying to get around Palacios. Oh, lovely ball through. Oh, and then Cuckoo, who's drilled it past Oblak, and Inter have got the lead in the 21st minute. I was jockeying Soucek with Palacios. He managed to feed it through. Quick little knockoff. And then Kunku drills it past Oblak and into the bottom corner. Doesn't change our game plan. We still needed to score tonight regardless. But Inter have got a cushion. They're 1-0 up. Oh no. Don't concede a second. Because then we are in trouble. That's over the bar. Still 1-0. Inter growing in confidence. They look for a second goal tonight. But I can't get over that penalty. I can't get over it. I don't know how many times I can keep saying it. The power bar didn't show up. But ridiculous. Tony. Running. Forward. Offloads. Palacios. Tony! Oh! Fell on his weaker left foot. Easy save for Lafont. And pushed behind for a corner. Headed up in the air. Danger not fully clear. Sergio. Soler. Lopez Huesca. Tony can't shoot. Palacios is there. And into all clear. Come on! Through ball out wide towards Larson there. He's got Dominguez to beat, and he has beaten him. Inside out. Barella knocks it back. Shallow shot. Well saved by Oblak. Denied a follow-up attempt if he can, which Kalou half volleys over. And ever since we had that penalty, since then it has been mostly Inter Milan attacks. I'd say they deserve to be in front by a goal. Heading into the dressing room, and as things stand, we are going out. Oh no! Oh, he just couldn't control the through ball. It's just like the first leg. We could have scored goals, but the finishing hasn't been there. 45 minutes to go. Failed to score. We're out. Barry. Tammy. Tony. Tammy. Tony. Palacios. Oh my God! Oh! What's happened to my finishing? This time! Just blast it! Come on! Not gonna miss the second time. No chance. Look at the strength from Tammy to get away. That man wanted his shirt before the final whistle. But Tammy says, get off me jersey and watch me get the goal. 2-2 in Europe, 7th in the Champions League. Inter 1, Atletico 1. Still absolutely raging about that penalty miss, but I've got to let it go, man. I've got to let it go. It's over. It happened. It's finished. Leave it. Just got to do what we can. Free kick for Inter. Oh! Two minutes after we found a leveller. What a performance from this man tonight. The wall didn't jump, they turned their backs, but would it have made the slightest bit of difference? I don't think so. That is absolutely glorious. I haven't scored a single free kick in FIFA 20, but the AI have just belted one past Oblak. And he's got no chance. Inter back in front already. But the only advantage is if we score again, Inter will need to score again. Because one away goal puts us into the final, but it's all falling apart. Ever since Inter scored that miraculous free kick, it's all falling apart. I just can't get anything going. Come on, come on, come on. One final chance. Soler. Tony. Felix. Felix. Oh! This is it. I haven't scored a corner all season long. It's not a bad delivery, but it's punch clear, and that is going to do it. It's all over. Inter Milan are into the final. And my quest for my first Champions League final continues. Raging, absolutely raging about that penalty in the first half. What happened, I don't know. But Inter are through after a masterclass by that man. The Copa del Rey might be all we win this season. Our progress in Europe ends here in Italy. I feel so harshly done by tonight, I really do. You know, both teams had a really good game, and a draw would have been the right result, in my opinion. But I hate to be one of those conspiracy theory guys as well, but just check this out in the match highlights screen. Where's Ivan Toney's penalty miss? Why is it not included? And it's not even in the match recap section either. Very curious indeed. I don't know. I'm just really annoyed about it because, again, I don't know why that happened. I barely pressed circle. And it just straight away, the power, the circle, the indicator to show you whereabouts the ball is going to go, just went to the widest possible range it could be. As it will be a Spurs versus Inter Milan final. And again, no power bar loaded up either. Sour grapes. Sour grapes. But you know what? It wasn't just a penalty we missed. We missed loads of other chances as well. So can't just blame it on that. In general, the shooting boots just weren't laced up over two legs. Only scored twice. Should have scored about 4 or 5. But that is going to end today's episode of Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. If you have enjoyed it. Oh! And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please do drop a like. But I've just seen on the league table, Real Betis, you beautiful boys, have just taken points off Barcelona at the same time we faced Valladolid. And I didn't check the league table afterwards because I thought Barcelona were going to win that one. But Betis have taken points off, and that means we've got a game in hand with 4 games to go. And if we win it, we'll overtake Barcelona on the head-to-head record. So, heartbreak out of being knocked out of the Champions League, but win our remaining 4 games, win La Liga. Saving grace, baby, saving grace. We might be out of the Champions League, but destiny is in our own hands for La Liga. Win our final 4, and we'll be crowned champions. So yeah, that will end today's massive episode, guys. So if you have enjoyed, if you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for next episode very soon, featuring 3 of the final 4 La Liga games, including our game in hand, where we could go top heading into the final day. Out of the Champions League, but wipe those tears away, lads. Season not done yet. Domestic double is still on the cards. Much love, guys, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.